Hey, I know I'm late to the party, Henry, but I did bring a date. And we're fixing to dance. Hi, George here, and welcome to Tales from Target Suite, where I'll share my perspective on guns and shooting, and we'll spend some time at the range, and every now and then we'll reconvene out in my shop back in Houston, or here at the farm in Louisiana, where I'll build some fun projects, and we'll share an adventure or two that'll make even a grown man smile. So I'm going to give you guys a quick look at the brand new Henry X model side load gate 4570. And you can tell it's brand new because I still have tags on it. And so with that said, let me load up and I'm going to send some rounds downrange real quick and then we'll talk about this guy. By the way, I'll get to the punchline right away. I think it's a pretty slick rifle. One thing I can tell you right off the bat, it's pretty easy to load. So we've got three in the tube, and three in the tube and one in the chamber. So there's 4 rounds here for us to shoot. But one thing I found out right away about the Henry, just with 3 minutes looking in the manual, is that there's a transfer bar safety. There's no half cock on the Henry. And so you won't see me getting back to the half cock. And so the bottom line is I can pull this hammer all the way back. I'm not going to do it, but I can pull it all the way back and let go, and it will not fire the round in the chamber because the trigger has got to be pulled and it has to start from the full cock position or the transfer bar is not engaged. I have no idea what that geometry is. And in another video, we'll probably have to get in here and do some cleaning and I'll find out what that's like. And then we can talk about it at the time. But for right now, let me send some rounds downrange, and let's hear this guy. First of all, we'll see if he shoots, and we'll let this guy talk to us. Here we go. First shots with the Henry X model side gate, side load gate 4570. Oh, well, I'll have to find another target to shoot. Let me see if the sights are on at 50 yards. Well, that last one was a clean miss, but we got 3 shots on steel. And I may have to go repair that 25-yard target. That was a little bit close to be shooting with the 4570. But there it is. Man, this thing is cool. And I didn't know what to think shooting a 6-pound, 6.5 pound maybe, 4570 with a 19.8-inch barrel. Because all of my shooting with 4570 has been with my Winchester 1886, and that thing weighs 10 pounds and has a 26-inch barrel. And so this guy is tiny, but he's really slick. Let's talk about what's unique as best I can off the cuff. For one thing, it's all black, of course, and it's the first rifle that Henry has introduced that has polymer stocks front and back, and that gives Henry some options. To add things like a Picatinny, short section of Picatinny rail here at the bottom, some M-locks on either side at the fore end. There's some places to mount some sling swivels top and bottom, and it's got the recoil pad. And just from the experience I just had, it didn't really seem too bad as far as recoil goes, but I'm sure later on, when I put a lot more rounds downrange, I'm going to appreciate the recoil pad. It's got some fiber optic inserts here on either side of the rear sight, and it's got a fiber optic front sight as well. And so we've got the contrast between orange on the rear sight and green on the front sight. And because it's so dark and there's no light in front of me, I'm really not seeing the fiber optics too well. But it's also got the big loop lever. For you guys that shoot in gloves, we don't do too much shooting in gloves down here in the South, but anyway, it fits great. What else could I talk about? Let me look at my notes real quick. If you want to put a suppressor or a muzzle brake on this short 4570, it's threaded. It's got a magazine cap or a muzzle cap here to protect the threads, a thread protector. So, man, that's kind of just the long and short of it. Oh, wait, did I say it has a side loading gate? It does. And when this concept rifle was introduced by 22 Plinkster and one of the Henry guys back in 2018 at the NRA show, the version that they showed, which looked a lot like this, did not have the side load gate because Henry did not start putting that into their rifles until 2019. And so I think everyone is glad to see a new rifle like this one come out with a side load gate. It just wouldn't make sense to have something kind of tactical, practical, but you had to unscrew the tube to put rounds in for a reload. That just wouldn't, those two, that just wouldn't dance well together. So, but what else could I say about this thing? Well, it's drilled and tapped for, just rudimentary stuff. It's drilled and tapped for a scope. If you want to put that on, you may be one of those guys that's going to put a scope on and a big old carrying strap. Hey, if that's what floats your boat, knock yourself out. You've got everything here in place on the Henry X model side load gate to do just that. I think we need to shoot some more rounds. Let's try that. Oh, there is one other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and it's worth hanging around for. Once I realized I was going to get the Henry X model side load gate in 4570 with that little short Picatinny rail, I thought, what could I do with that for the video? And I came up with this guy. This is the Olight PL Pro Valkyrie, and let me get this thing out. When I ordered it on Amazon, I thought it was going to be a small light, and that's what I really wanted to put on the front of this X model, because there's some kind of reason for us to be out at night with a flashlight on a rifle. I wanted to be prepared, and so I want you to check this out. Look how small this guy is. And that's a 1500 lumen flashlight. Certainly I can't, whoa, you know, I can blind the camera, but that doesn't tell you anything. But it's 1500 lumens, and we're going to put it on the Henry and take some shots. So first time I've had it on the rifle, but I did want to put it on, shoot a few rounds, and see how this thing holds up. So that's a pretty sleek package, and being so lightweight, one of the things I was concerned about was having a heavy flashlight on on a plastic stock of a 4570 with its inherent recoil. And so this small flashlight, which turned out to be smaller than I thought it was going to be, may just be the cat's meow. But in any case, we're going to shoot a few rounds with it and see. You know, with that very short test, we'll see what we think. So how many rounds should I do? One more? You see, I still try to hit that half cock. It's just, It's just in my blood. Well, I could turn some lights off, but I don't think I don't think the flashlight's going to show up very well anyway. I will, at the very end of the video, I will drop in a piece of footage showing this at night. And in fact, with that 4570 and all of that varget powder in these rounds that I put together, may make for a pretty brilliant display. But anyway, let's shoot 3 rounds real quick and see how the light holds up. I'll actually turn it on. I seem to be pretty good at getting 2 out of 3 hits at 50 yards. I'll tell you what, you know, Olight's a pretty established name in the flashlight business, and that looks really slick. So I think it's going to be a winner. Okay, guys, I know you can hardly see me because it's almost pitch black, but it should make for a little bit of more interesting shot with the flashlight. So here we go. That was a miss. Okay, I followed my trend of 2 out of 3 all the way to the very end. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.